Hey Doc, welcome back. I appreciate you coming and listening to the next video as it pertains to personal injury. And I want to share some information I think could be really valuable. And this breakthrough DNA blueprint really gives us a lot of different perspectives. Last week we discussed profit activator number one, which had to do with your non-economic damages and your general damages, obviously tying into medical bills, loss of income, as well as your permanent impairments. And those factors are really important to layer throughout the entire process. And what's amazing is how many law firms don't actually request permanent impairments. Scary thing. Now those could be as valuable as fractures and dislocations. So if you start delivering that information to them with a medical certification on it, MD validation on it, it could be much more valuable for them, and obviously could be important. It's going to lead to more referrals and more opportunities for you. Now, breakthrough DNA blueprint with profit activator number two has to do with how the claims are determined. Now, there are different systems out there, right? There's TEACH, Decision Point, Injury IQ, Claims Outcome Advisor. If we look at COA, Claims Outcome Advisor by itself is 20,000 different points that are listed in there. You have Colossus, which has over 10,720 value drivers. And then we have severity points and how these things break down. But the value driver is kind of important, right? Because we have these multipliers within these value drivers which add points to every single injury we identify. So you give an example. If we look at a particular regional injury like lumbar spine, you could have a segmental issue, you could have subluxation issue, ligament, disc, herniation, radiculopathy. All these things layer out in certain ways, and we need to break it down, making sure we're delivering it in a very succinct way, but also it needs to tie into your HCFA forms, because your HCFA forms get entry into the Colossus related software. Colossus owns the copyright of the HCFA form, right? So that means there's going to be a method on how the points are driven, because it is a point driven system, and those points are going to be adding up value, and that's going to have an impact on what is offered to you on your bills. In many instances you might have the ability to have denials or reductions, and it starts with this method. So if you deliver the information proactively before the processing occurs, then it sets the accuracy to the record you're working on. So I wanted to share with you profit activator number two, which is how the claims are determined and the points associated with that, and how you can manage your case. So yeah, one tip you can take from this, obviously, is going to use the right forms, document the injuries off of those forms, the patient's complaints, the disability factors, tie them all in, and then make sure all of those points are delivered through your coding process, your diagnosis codes obviously, getting them delivered through the HCFA forms. Obviously we have the new HCFA forms which are coming out, or they've been out I should say, since the beginning of the year. Right, have the new format which allows 12 diagnoses, right? It's going to give you a little more accuracy on these cases. And then we have the old format with the old HCFA forms. We have the ICD-10 codes coming out, and the way the diagnosis is going to change is very important that you start to look at some systems for, understanding that. So in any case, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and we look forward to hearing from you, and be ready for the next profit activator. You'll get that in the next week or so. Thank you.